Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, your trusted source for coin history, values, and collecting tips. In today's deep dive, we're exploring a modern-era penny that's often overlooked but can sometimes hold surprising value. We're talking about the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started in the numismatic world, this video will guide you through everything you need to know, from the history of the coin to its potential worth in today's market. The 1993 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the reverse of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that followed the wheat penny era. The obverse side retains Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. Now, the term no-mint mark might seem mysterious at first, but in the case of the 1993 penny, it's actually completely normal, and understanding why is key to grasping its significance. Since the late 20th century, pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint typically do not carry a mint mark. So, if you come across a 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark just beneath the date, that simply means it was struck in Philadelphia. It's worth noting that in 1993, the Denver Mint also produced Lincoln cents, which carry a small D mint mark. The San Francisco Mint primarily struck proof coins for collectors. But for circulation strikes, the Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing hundreds of millions of coins, all without a mint mark. In 1993, the total mintage of Lincoln cents from the Philadelphia Mint was approximately 5.68 billion coins. That number makes the 1993 no-mint mark penny a very common coin in terms of raw production, but here's where things get interesting. Despite the high mintage, certain errors, conditions, and varieties from this year have become sought after by collectors and can command surprisingly high premiums. When it comes to value, condition is everything. Most 1993 pennies found in pocket change or coin jars are in circulated condition. These are typically worth face value, 1 cent. However, coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can be worth significantly more. Red designated coins graded mint state 66 or higher, with strong luster and no visible marks, are far more scarce than their circulated counterparts. In fact, as of 2025, a 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln cent graded MS67 read by PCGS can fetch upwards of $100 or more at auction. These prices are driven by demand among registry set collectors who are always on the hunt for top-quality examples, and then we have the rarities. Certain error varieties from 1993 add even more intrigue to this seemingly ordinary penny. These include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and the infamous BIE error, where a die chip between the letters B and E in Liberty appears to form an extra letter I. Though rare, when these errors are confirmed and graded, their market values can soar. A strong double die obverse, if discovered and authenticated, could sell for several $100s or more depending on visibility and condition. As of 2025, coin forums and auction records suggest that demand for well-documented 1993 Lincoln cent errors remains healthy. With more collectors turning to error coins and modern varieties, this is one area where knowledge and a sharp eye can really pay off. Another key factor in determining value is the coin's color classification. Copper-plated zinc coins like those from 1993 are graded as red, red-brown, or brown. Red coins, which retain 95% or more of their original red luster, are the most valuable. Brown examples are the most common and typically carry only a slight premium in uncirculated grades. As of July 2025, here's a general breakdown of current market values for the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Circulated coins, 1 to 5 cents depending on where uncirculated brown, 10 to 50 cents red brown MS64 to MS65. $1 to $3 red MS66, $15 to $30 red MS67, $75 to $125 or more depending on I appeal and demand verified error coins, $25 to several $100s depending on rarity and type. It's important to note that coin values fluctuate based on auction activity, demand from collectors, and changes in grading population reports. Coins certified by top-tier grading companies tend to command the highest prices due to buyer confidence and verified authenticity. If you're hoping to find a valuable 1993 penny, here are a few tips. First, look through uncirculated rolls or mint sets from 1993. These are more likely to contain high-grade coins that were never exposed to circulation. Second, always examine the coin carefully under magnification. Look for any unusual features, doubling or strike anomalies, and finally, if you suspect you have an error coin or high-grade example, consider submitting it to a reputable grading service. Authentication can greatly increase its value and marketability. So there you have it, a full look at the 1993 no mint mark Lincoln penny. While it may not seem like much at first glance, this coin can hold hidden treasures for those willing to dig a little deeper. From pristine mint state examples to rare error coins, the 1993 penny offers both history and opportunity. Whether you're collecting for fun, investment, or pure curiosity, always remember that the most valuable coin is the one that tells a story. We are taking a deep and professional dive into the 2011 D. Jefferson nickel, also known as the 2011 Denver Mint 5-cent coin. This unassuming piece of pocket change might appear ordinary at first glance, but its fascinating background, mintage characteristics, collector appeal, and current market trends in 2025 may surprise you. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or a curious newcomer, this video is your ultimate guide to understanding the true value and rarity of the 2011 D. Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features a profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Over the decades, the design of the Jefferson nickel has evolved, and in 2006, the obverse was updated to include a forward-facing image of Jefferson, sculpted by Jamie Franke, giving the coin a more modern and lifelike appearance. The 2011 D. Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities of the United States Mint. The D. Mint mark, which appears on the right side of the coin beneath the inscription, "In God We Trust," indicates that the coin was struck in Denver, Colorado. In 2011, the nickel maintained the updated Monticello reverse design, a detailed depiction of Jefferson's historic home in Virginia, first created by Felix Schlag. Now let's explore the mintage figures and what they tell us about this coin's relative rarity. In 2011, the Denver Mint produced approximately 382.08 million Jefferson nickels. While this number might sound large, it's important to compare it against other years. For example, during periods of economic downturn or reduced demand for coinage, mintage numbers can fluctuate significantly. In contrast to some lower mintage years in the 2000s, the 2011 D nickel falls into the category of moderately high production, yet not excessively so. This production number places it within a range that makes it common in circulation but still a potential treasure when found in uncirculated or high-grade condition. When evaluating the collectability of a 2011 D. Jefferson nickel, condition is key. Most coins in circulation exhibit signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or flattening of details. However, examples that have been preserved in mint state, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, carry significantly more value. Coins with full steps designation, referring to the sharply struck steps on Monticello, are especially prized. A full steps 2011 D nickel in mint state 66 or above is much scarcer and can command strong premiums at auction. Such high-quality strikes are the result of precise minting and minimal post-strike contact. No coin discussion would be complete without touching on errors and varieties, which are often the gems of a collector's portfolio. While the 2011 D. Jefferson nickel is not widely known for major die varieties, there have been reports of minor die cracks, die chips, and weak strikes. Occasionally, off-center strikes or double dies may surface, and these are always worth closer examination by a professional. Error coins are rare and can significantly elevate the market value depending on their uniqueness and visual impact. Now, let's turn to what most of you are here for, the current market value of the 2011 D. Jefferson nickel in the year 2025. In circulated condition, the coin is generally worth face value, 5 cents. However, in mint state condition, values rise quickly. As of mid-2025, here's a breakdown of current price ranges based on coin grade. Mint state 60 to 63 examples typically sell for between 50 cents and $1. 64 examples can command up to $2. 65 coins range between $3 and $5. 66 graded coins, particularly with full steps designation, often sell in the range of $10 to $25. 67 full steps examples are the true elite of this coin series. These can fetch between $50 and $100 or more at auctions, depending on eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. High-end examples certified by reputable grading services with outstanding strike quality and luster can sometimes even exceed these estimates, especially as demand for modern nickels continues to grow among registry set collectors. While the 2011 Jefferson nickel may not seem like an investment-grade coin at first glance, modern nickels in pristine condition are increasingly being recognized for their long-term potential. As collectors build complete date and mintmark sets, demand for high-grade examples from each year is increasing. The 2011 D is not yet rare, but finding perfect examples with full steps detail is proving more difficult than anticipated. This has led many numismatists to speculate that these modern nickels may see higher appreciation over the next decade as supplies of top-quality coins tighten and interest in modern series grows. In summary, the 2011 Jefferson nickel is a fascinating modern coin with historical roots, solid design credentials, and growing collector interest. While common in circulation, this coin can be quite valuable in uncirculated or full steps condition. With prices in 2025 reflecting growing demand for high-quality modern issues, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look at your pocket change or coin rolls. You never know, that unassuming nickel could be worth far more than 5 cents. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like. The 1995 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. We'll be exploring its fascinating history, key design elements, possible errors, rarity, collector demand, and most importantly, its value in today's market, here in the year 2025. Stay tuned until the end to find out if your 1995 penny could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. By 1995, the penny had already undergone several changes in composition and design. The 1995 Lincoln penny was part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse, or front side, we see the familiar bust of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands as a symbol of the nation's enduring ideals, designed by Frank Gasparo. In 1995, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 6 billion of these coins. Unlike coins produced at the Denver or San Francisco mints, Philadelphia's coins carried no mint mark at the time, which is why many pennies from this year appear without one. That absence is completely normal and not, in itself, an error. However, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Now, let's talk about rarity. The vast majority of 1995 pennies are common. They were struck in enormous quantities, over 6.5 billion coins without a mint mark, and they were made of copper-plated zinc, as opposed to the primarily copper coins issued before 1982. For everyday circulated examples, the coin is typically worth its face value, 1 cent. In fact, even in uncirculated condition, most 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are valued at less than $1. However, one rare variation from 1995 has generated major interest among collectors, and that is the 1995 double die obverse variety. In some coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1995, a dramatic doubling can be seen in the lettering on the obverse. Most notably, the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and 1995 show very clear signs of doubling. This error is referred to as a double die obverse, not to be confused with machine doubling. It occurs during the die creation process, when the hub and the die are misaligned during multiple impressions. The result is a genuine error that increases collector demand and, by extension, market value. This variety is well documented and recognized by major coin grading services. So, if you're wondering whether your 1995 penny has value, this is the feature to look for. As with any collectible coin, condition matters immensely. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS-70 representing a perfect, flawless mint state example. The value of a 1995 double-die obverse penny increases dramatically as the grade improves. For instance, a 1995 double-die penny in MS-63 condition might be worth around $40 to $60 as of 2025. In MS-65, that value rises to $120 to $180. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS-67 or higher, have been known to sell for several hundreds or even over $1,000 at auction, depending on the market. Coins certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC generally fetch a premium, especially when the double-die variety is clearly designated on the slab. Now let's talk about what this coin is worth in 2025. As of today, the average value of a standard 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny remains at face value in circulated condition. In uncirculated rolls, you might expect a small premium from dealers, perhaps 2 to 5 cents per coin. However, for the 1995 double-die obverse, the market remains strong. In early 2025, online auction data and dealer listings show coins in MS-63 to MS-64 selling for around $50 to $100, coins in MS-65 to MS-66 trading between $150 and $300. The highest graded examples, MS-67 and above, selling for $750 to over $1,500, depending on eye appeal, color designation, and overall demand. Red-colored examples, referred to as RD by grading companies, often fetch higher prices than brown or red-brown coins. Keep in mind, market values fluctuate based on collector interest, population reports, and general trends in coin collecting. As more people become aware of these valuable varieties, demand increases. If your coin is the valuable double-die variety, use a 10x magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Focus on the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1995. Look for clear, strong doubling, not a shadowy or flat doubling which would indicate machine doubling, which has no added value. If you believe you found one, consider submitting it to a reputable third-party grading service for authentication. Having your coin graded and encapsulated is one of the best ways to preserve its condition and establish its market value. So, is the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth a lot of money? For most coins, no, they remain extremely common. But if you're lucky enough to own the double-die obverse variety, and especially if it's in a high grade, your penny could be worth hundreds or even over $1,000 in 2025. We always recommend checking your change and reviewing old coin jars. You never know what treasures you might uncover. The key is knowledge, patience, and a keen eye. The 2018 Jefferson nickel minted in Philadelphia, identifiable by its P mint mark. While often overlooked as common pocket change, certain examples of this 5-cent piece have become highly desirable in the numismatic community, especially in recent years. So, is the 2018 P Jefferson nickel worth more than face value? What makes it rare? And how is it performing in the coin market in 2025? Let's explore all that and more in today's detailed analysis. Let's begin with a quick look at the background of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this coin replaced the Buffalo nickel and has featured the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse ever since. The reverse originally showcased Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, a design by Felix Schlag that lasted for decades. However, in 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint issued commemorative reverse designs to honor the Lewis and Clark expedition. Then, in 2006, the Mint introduced a newly refined obverse portrait of Jefferson based on a Rembrandt Peale painting, alongside a sharper and more detailed depiction of Monticello on the reverse. The 2018 Jefferson nickel continued with this modern design, bearing the enhanced forward-facing image of Jefferson on the front and the updated Monticello depiction on the back. The coin was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with Philadelphia coins marked by a P mint mark, the 2018 P. Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, measuring 21.2 mm in diameter and weighing 5 grams. The obverse features Jefferson's face in a more realistic and contemporary style, while the reverse remains faithful to the classic view of Monticello. It's important to note that 2018 was not a particularly low mintage year. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint struck more than 585 million nickels that year. That might lead some to assume this coin is entirely common and unworthy of extra attention. But as we'll discover, certain variations and conditions can make this modern nickel significantly more valuable. When it comes to modern coin collecting, errors and varieties are often where true value lies. The 2018 P. Jefferson nickel is no exception. Several varieties and error coins from this year have caught the attention of sharp-eyed collectors. Double die obverse, where Jefferson's features or inscriptions appear slightly doubled under magnification. Die clashes, in which parts of the reverse design are visible on the obverse or vice versa, due to die misalignment during striking. Off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably misaligned due to improper feeding of the planchet. Planchet errors, where the coin is struck on an improperly prepared or mis-sized metal blank. These rare mistakes can increase the value of a 2018 P. Jefferson nickel from mere cents to several dollars or more depending on severity and demand. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A 2018 P. Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is generally worth face value. However, in uncirculated condition, especially when certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, the value can increase substantially. Coins graded MS65 and above can fetch between $2 and $10, depending on luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. Exceptional examples, such as those graded MS67 or higher, are far rarer and can command prices between $20 and $75 or more. Full steps designation, indicating a fully struck Monticello with clearly defined steps, can also increase the premium dramatically. As of 2025, top-graded examples with the full steps designation are in strong demand, particularly among registry set collectors looking to complete high-quality modern nickel sets. Now let's talk about the current market outlook. In 2025, the overall coin market has seen a continued interest in high-quality modern coins, particularly those with low populations in high grades. The 2018 P. Jefferson nickel is benefiting from this trend. While the bulk of these coins remain in circulation and are only worth face value, select coins with high mint state grades and unique errors are commanding strong prices in the market. Online auction platforms, including eBay and major numismatic sites, have seen slabbed examples selling for anywhere from $10 to over $100, especially for coins certified MS67 with full steps or those with significant mint errors. Collectors are especially paying attention to coins with clean fields, strong strikes, and eye-catching toning. These attributes are increasingly sought after as more people build specialized modern nickel collections. So, should you hold on to your 2018 P. Jefferson nickels? The answer depends on a few key factors. If your coin is worn, scratched, or damaged, it likely won't be worth more than face value. However, if you come across a coin in pristine condition or find one with visible doubling, off-center strikes, or other striking anomalies, it may be worth a closer look. Consider having high-grade coins professionally graded, particularly if you believe the coin has full steps or an unusual error. The certification process can cost a bit upfront, but for rare coins, it often pays off in the long run. Additionally, holding on to premium examples could prove wise, as modern high-grade nickels continue gaining appreciation among numismatists who seek to assemble the best examples of each year. The 2018 P. Jefferson nickel may not be a rare coin in general circulation, but under the right circumstances, such as mint errors or superior condition, it can be worth significantly more than 5 cents. As the 2025 market continues to favor high-quality modern coins, this nickel is one to keep an eye on. We're diving deep into the story of the 1997 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, a modern penny that may be hiding a surprising value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you'll want to stick around as we reveal the hidden potential, rare varieties, and current market trends for this unassuming yet fascinating piece of American coinage. Let's begin with the basics. The 1997 D Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint, easily identified by the small D mint mark located just beneath the year on the obverse side of the coin. This penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Series, which began in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and continued until 2008. In 1997, the United States was undergoing economic growth during the late stages of the tech boom. The Lincoln penny, although considered pocket change by most, continued its quiet presence in the hands of millions of Americans every day. That year, the Denver Mint struck over 4.6 billion Lincoln cents, a staggering number that initially suggests this coin would be anything but rare, but here's where it gets interesting. While the majority of 1997 D pennies are common, certain factors, such as condition, minting errors, and high-quality examples, can dramatically increase their worth. Let's break it down. First, condition is everything in coin collecting. Most circulated 1997 D pennies are worth face value. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded mint state 65 or higher by reputable grading companies, can fetch between $1 and $5. This is because high-grade coins are considerably harder to find without any nicks, scratches, or discoloration. Now, if you happen to own a 1997 D Lincoln penny that has been graded mint state 67 red or better by PCGS or NGC, you're in for a pleasant surprise. These coins can command prices anywhere from $50 to over $200 depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and collector demand. Let's talk about mint errors. While rare, there are a few known errors for the 1997 D penny that can bring in serious premiums. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. A double die obverse, if discovered and authenticated, can be particularly valuable, often selling for several $100s depending on the clarity of the doubling. Another highly collectible error is the broad strike, where the coin is struck outside the retaining collar, giving it a wider than usual appearance. Broad strikes in high grades from 1997 D can be worth between $25 and $100, depending on condition and severity of the error. Although billions were minted, high-grade examples are significantly less common. According to PCGS population reports as of 2025, fewer than 1,000 coins have been graded MS67 red, and only a small handful have reached MS68. These high-end examples are especially desirable to registry set collectors who seek to own the finest known examples of each date and mint mark. It's worth noting that registry competition for modern Lincoln cents has grown dramatically in recent years, which drives up demand and increases prices for top-grade coins. Even a modern penny like the 1997 D can be a key to completing a top-tier set. Now let's look at the current market. As of 2025, the coin market has seen renewed interest in modern Lincoln cents. Online auctions, such as those hosted by Heritage Auctions and Great Collections, show that top-quality 1997 D Lincoln cents are attracting bids well above their previous averages. Recent sales have shown MS68 red examples selling for upwards of $500, particularly when they are beautifully struck with rich, original luster. Coins with prominent mint errors are achieving similar, and sometimes even higher, results. Even if your coin isn't a top-grade specimen, it's still worth checking. A coin with a unique feature or one in a solid uncirculated condition can still bring in modest profits. And for those who enjoy the thrill of the hunt, searching rolls or coin jars for an error coin remains a popular and potentially rewarding hobby. So, how can you tell if your 1997 D penny is worth more than 1 cent? First, examine the coin for signs of wear. If it has sharp details and a bright red color with no spots or blemishes, it could be in uncirculated condition. Second, look closely for any errors or oddities. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect areas like the date, lettering, and rim. If you suspect an error, it's worth sending the coin to a grading service for authentication. Lastly, consider having your coin graded if you believe it is a top-tier example. While grading does come with a fee, it can significantly increase your coin's marketability and value. The 1997 D Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but as we've seen, it holds potential value depending on condition, rarity, and unique features. While most will remain in circulation or in pocket change, a select few could be worth hundreds of dollars in today's market. So the next time you come across a penny from 1997 with a little d under the date, take a moment to look closer. You might just be holding a hidden treasure in your hand. The 2019 P. Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, a modern 5-cent piece that, despite its relatively recent release, has already sparked interest among collectors and enthusiasts. From its historical background to its market value in 2025, we'll cover everything you need to know about this intriguing coin. So, if you've ever come across a 2019 Jefferson nickel with a P. Mint mark and wondered whether it's worth more than 5 cents, you're in the right place. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and has featured Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, ever since. Over the years, the design has undergone several changes, with the most notable redesigns occurring in 2004 and 2005 during the Westward Journey nickel series, and again in 2006 when a more modern, forward-facing portrait of Jefferson was introduced. The 2019 Jefferson nickel continues this modern design, with Jefferson's portrait designed by Jamie Franke, a renowned artist and designer. On the obverse, Jefferson is shown facing forward with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year, 2019. The reverse features a depiction of Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, designed by Felix Schlag, with the inscriptions, "E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents," and "United States of America." The 2019 P. Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is indicated by the P. Mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin, to the right of Jefferson's portrait. While Philadelphia is the oldest operating mint in the United States, the P. Mint mark only began appearing on nickels in 1980. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 685 million of these nickels in 2019. This makes the 2019 P. nickel a common issue in terms of sheer numbers. However, its value can vary depending on condition, strike quality, and certain unique varieties or errors that may exist. Although the 2019 P. nickel was produced in high numbers, collectors are always on the lookout for high-grade examples or error coins that are considerably rarer and more valuable than regular circulation strikes. These errors might include off-center strikes, die clashes, double dies, or full steps designations. The term full steps refers to the visibility of all 5 or 6 steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse. These coins are often struck more sharply and are prized by collectors. A Jefferson nickel from 2019 with full steps, especially in mint state 66 or higher, can be worth significantly more than face value. A standard 2019 P. Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is generally worth face value, which is 5 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, particularly in mint state grades MS65 to MS67, the value can range between 50 cents to $3 per coin depending on quality and demand. Coins graded MS67 or higher, especially those with full steps designations, have sold at auction or through dealers for anywhere between $10 and $40. In rare instances, exceptionally well-preserved examples or those with striking visual appeal can command even higher premiums. When it comes to error coins, the market can vary dramatically. A 2019 P. nickel with a major mint error, such as an off-center strike exceeding 50%, a die cap, or a double denomination strike, can fetch prices ranging from $50 to several $100 depending on the severity and type of error. In early 2025, a 2019 P. Jefferson nickel graded MS67 with full steps by PCGS sold at auction for $43. Meanwhile, a mint state 66 coin with a minor die clash was listed by a well-known dealer for $20 and sold within a day. These examples show that while the base coin may not be rare, collector demand for high-grade and specialty versions remains strong. If you're a collector, it's always a good idea to check rolls of nickels or change jars for high-quality coins or potential errors. Submitting coins for third-party grading through companies like PCGS or NGC can help authenticate and maximize their value. Check for full steps, use a magnifying glass or loupe to examine the Monticello steps. Full steps are often the key to higher premiums. Look for errors, rotated dies, double dies, off-center strikes, and other anomalies can significantly boost the value. Handle carefully. use gloves and store the coins in a proper coin holder or flip to prevent scratches and preserve luster. Consider grading. Professionally graded coins with high mint state ratings or special designations are easier to sell and typically worth more. To sum it up, the 2019 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel may be common in circulation, but there are hidden gems within this issue. Whether you're a casual hobbyist or a serious numismatist, there's value to be found, sometimes quite literally, in your pocket change. As of 2025, while the base value remains modest, condition, designation, and rarity can elevate this coin well above its face value. It's a great example of how even modern coins can have collectible worth when you know what to look for. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more numismatic content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you've come across a 2019 P. Jefferson nickel worth more than face value. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy collecting.